Okay, so I want to talk about Stop Killing Games. You can just put me in the background, you don't have to actually watch the video. So I previously made a video about this. I wanted to talk about a little bit about pirate software and a lot of stuff like this, but I was like, oh, I'm just a 1,000 person just regurgitating and trying to ride this wave. So I'm not gonna do it. But look at me now. I see a lot of videos. I'm like on the fourth or fifth video that I watch while I'm either eating or like shitting or like whatever, or like doing nothing. And I watch like the Stop Killing Games videos. And I got a lot of thoughts, and I want to say this. I want to say game developers bitch and complain so much that I'm so sick of it. In no other profession are you allowed, or is it socially acceptable for you to bitch and complain to this magnitude? No joke, bro. Like, I know plumbers that go to work from 7 a.m. in the morning until 9 p.m. at night, don't see their children because their children are either going to sleep or already sleeping by the time that they get home, and not once do you hear that person bitch and complain. And now you got people saying, oh, it's difficult for you to make the online only video games be playable on a single player. I am sorry, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you for getting the consequences of a problem that you created, whether it be you directly or your boss. I do not care. As I said, I'm gonna regurgitate this 1,000 times like I'm pirate software, saying that I'm like I worked at Blizzard, you know. I'm gonna repeat myself 1,000 times over, but we are farmers. If there's a drought, our consumers, the people that buy from us the crop, are not gonna like to hear, oh my god, well, it was a drought and it's so, let's cry together like little bitches. No, they do not care. Is the crop subpar? Yes or no? If yes, we don't want it. If no, then let's talk business. That's how it is in real life. Why is it they are the only ones that are allowed to bitch and complain? Why is it that nobody tells them you are a bitch? Stop complaining like a little bitch. Like in real life, like I don't know about you guys, but from what I've seen in real life, people literally couldn't care less about your problems. So why do we suddenly pretend like we care about game developers' problems? And I know I sound really mean when I say this, but somebody has to rip the band-aid off. Tell that your job is difficult to the firefighter fighting like a fire. Tell that your job is difficult to the guy that has to dive into a septic tank. Oh, it's difficult for me to make the online only game. You created this problem. You didn't want piracy and cheating on the video games. Now you deal with it. You took the easy way out. Now you reap the consequences that you sowed. Not my problem. And Stop Killing Games in sentiment is good. I agree. There are problems with it, which I complained about pirate software. Instead of bitching and complaining and acting emotional, he could have just said, oh, my problem with this and that. It's like, oh, I have problem A and problem B, which is gonna lead to C, which is conclusion. But I would support this if they changed A, B, C, and D. Also, we could talk about E, F, G. I'm just like talking like in terms of like ideas, right? But all he did is bitch and complain, as game developers do. So I'm gonna bitch and complain too. I will tell you this straight up. This is gonna be a no shit Sherlock situation, but I have to say this. You, as the consumer, are God. You make the government. The government is from you, created from you. You elect these people, vote them into positions of power to make your laws, which then they enforce on companies, on individual companies. You are God in a market. You. And do not think literally of you. Think of humanity, think of consumers as a hive mind. You are the one with the strength. You are God. What I'm trying to say by this is, if we do not want games to be shut down, it can happen today. It could happen yesterday. If you had, like I keep saying this, I remember since I was little I said this. If you have 1 million people, you can do anything you want to. If you have 1 million people behind you, anything that you want to, you can do it. You can make random ass laws like at 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. you cannot go out without walking a dog. You can make like stupid ass laws, and if you enforce them, you can literally make the stupid ass laws, like the worst stupidest laws that you can possibly make. If you have underneath 5 centimeters or 10 centimeters penis, you can no longer marry. It's illegal. You will be put in jail. You can do any law that you want to, as long as you have people backing you up. When are you gonna understand this? You as the consumer are God. You make the decisions, you decide what you buy. When are you gonna understand this? When? I understood this for a long time. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really pirate. I will not condone it, neither endorse it. But you read in between the lines. Some of these games, I'm not surprised that they're getting pirated. Whenever you set yourself up for failure, do not be surprised that people steal your product, is all I'm gonna say. Especially whenever your product is subpar, ridiculously expensive, or you need to have a special account like, I don't know, like EA or like Ubisoft to be able to play your video games. All I'm gonna say, it's stupid. It's stupid. We need to stop these anti-consumer predatory business practices from happening today, because they are growing bold. A lot of times people, whenever they get caught, criminals, whenever they get caught, is whenever they get bold and careless. A lot of times people that forget their handbrake whenever they're parking are not inexperienced drivers. They are experienced drivers that think that they're Lewis Hamilton. A lot of times arrogance is what brings negligence. And I think that everything that you're seeing with games nowadays is literally 100% arrogance. These people think they're better than you. Do you not see how they speak about gamers? Misogynistic pigs or racist pigs, what they call us as a community. And then you buy their video games. Are you masochistic perhaps? And how can these people have this ego, bro? It's like a girlfriend, bro. It's like a abusive, toxic girlfriend. How can you have such ego to have the audacity to say this literally on a public interview and to not expect your product to fail? Why are they pushing so many? I'm getting into a side tangent that doesn't have anything to do with Stop Killing Games, so I'm gonna stop myself right there. If you want that subject, talk about it in the comments, give me ideas, say your opinion about that, and I'm gonna talk about it. But Stop Killing Games in sentiment is good. Game developers should stop bitching and complaining about making a good product. I know making a good product is difficult. I know it's very difficult. Do I care? No. There were many feats of intellectualism and many more feats of engineering, of ingenuity that way more surpass you having to figure out how to juggle what IP laws, intellectual property laws, and to give your game even after you shut down your servers. Am I really going to believe that this is such a perplexing, such a enigma of a problem? I'm sorry, this is a problem you have created, which you will solve, because it's gonna be written into law, hopefully. If not, people will continue to put up with your bullshit until they won't. Pressure is getting built up and somewhere is gonna explode, is gonna release somewhere. That's all I have to say about this subject. I will not regurgitate everything that Asmongold said, even though a lot of my points were from Asmongold, I'm gonna be honest. But I feel like he wasn't the one that gave me those opinions. I already thought them. A lot of these reaction channels they basically re-endorse or endorse people's opinions, so they think, oh, I'm a good boy. People don't go to react channels to hear that they're wrong, basically. And it's like, if you ever have this girlfriend that is like, oh, which dress would you want me to wear, this or this? She doesn't want to hear your actual opinion on this. She just wants reassurance that she picked the correct dress. She just wants you to pick the dress that she actually wants. A lot of times this is literally the same with... I literally forgot what I was talking. Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh, with reaction channels. I'm gonna stop. I reached Grandmaster 3 on Marvel Rivals. I'm not gonna play on my main account anymore. Tune into my lives. I'm gonna play on my alt account. I'm trying to play Damager finally. I do not care if I lose or win. I'm just locking in Damager on my alt account, and if I lose, it is what it is. If I win, W. Anyway, I'm probably gonna stream it later. Take care of yourself and have a nice day, and stop killing games. Damn, I'm so cringe, bro. I swear to God. Jesus.